Welcome to Go Mustangs Sports Season Previews here for the fall season. I'm Dave McHugh, joined by Graeme Millar from the women's soccer team, head coach. First and foremost, welcome to the 2013 season.
It's great to be here. I've been looking forward to this for a year, so it's great to be back.
I'm sure. I mean, ECAC South champs, runners-up in the MAC Commonwealth in your first season. Of course, losing to Messiah is not all that bad when they end up being a national champ yet again. So, but at the same time, expectations probably a little bit higher than you probably had a year ago.
Yeah, we went into the new conference last year knowing how competitive it would be to be the new team, there, and we hadn't faced many of the teams that we played in the conference. So for us, it was definitely a fresh start, a lot different than the CAC in terms of competitiveness from the top team to the 10th team. So for us, it was great to reach the final and win the ECACs. And lose to Messiah isn't that bad. So for this year, our goal is simple: that's to beat Messiah and get to that number one spot.
Well, and that's the thing. Messiah on top. You guys will probably be right there in the mix as well. There's a lot of good teams in this conference from top to bottom. It sounds like every day is going to be a battle.
Yeah, I mean, we start off, with Homing, who we, struggled last year. We were 0-0.5 and then end up beating them 4-0. So you really have to be on your A game for every one of those conference games. Whether it's like Homing or even like Hood College, Elizabethtown, we didn't beat last year. We finished above them purely because we had a better head-to-head with Lebanon Valley, who were fourth, who were also very strong, and we managed to beat them 2-1, who had went to the NCAA tournament the year before. So every team will give you a tough game, and we've seen that last year, and I think that the teams are going to be even more fired up to play as this year. So we'll be ready for that.
Coaches talk a lot about home court advantage, home field advantage in this case. Obviously, traveling the road is challenging. You don't have too many long trips per se, but you've got some in there. How important will it, though, to be the whole court really here at home?
Yeah, we have to do the job at home first. I mean, we obviously traveled to Messiah this year, which will be tough for us to go back there, but we have to take advantage of the home games. Lebanon Valley will be coming here, like Homing, Widener. We have to make sure that we get the points on those home games, and then we can, then worry about the away games, but we got to make this place, our fortress and take advantage of that home field advantage.
The out-of-conference games, you have some interesting games on the schedule this year. How do you see them preparing you not only for the conference, but really kind of setting up the beginning of the year for that run?
Yeah, I mean, you look at our schedule from, right from next weekend where we start with, Eastern and Haverford, both teams that finished second in their conference. Eastern just lost out to Misericordia, who went to the Final Four. Haverford beat Hopkins and went to the NCAA tournament. So the opening weekend will really give us an indication of where we are with the best teams in the region. We also play Johns Hopkins. We also will play Misericordia, who had lost to Messiah. So those first 10 games that we play out of conference will really tell us, are we ready to compete with Messiah at that top level?
Let's talk about the team a little bit. You lose two starters to graduation, which in anybody's book would be thrilling. How do you replace them? How does the team look from that vantage point?
I think we're going to see a different type of Stevenson dynamic this year. We lost two very strong seniors. Kayla Curry was an excellent midfielder, MVP of the ACACs. Taylor Zimmerman was our all-region center back who really held the defense together. But we've adapted. We've changed things up a little bit, and I think it's going to be a little bit of a surprise for some people that have watched us over the past few years with Taylor and Kayla. We now have a little bit more speed to our game, and we're changing things up than what we used to play defense with those two.
Well, getting to that a little bit, what do you expect to do formationally wise? What do you expect to do on the field to either do those changes, or what can fans expect to see out there?
Well, we went to a new formation last year. We're playing a 4-2-3-1. We kind of adapted that a little bit from the 4-3-3 the previous year. Our biggest goal with this 4-2-3-1 is it's very flexible. We can change it to 4-4-1-1 when we're on defense. We can change it to two at the back and then sending the outside backs going forward when we're a goal down. So we can change that formation based on any formation that we will see. It's very, very good at being able to counter other teams' formations because you have that flexibility with the formation.
Let's talk about the back. The last bit of defense, your goalie. You lose your two most experienced goalies. You now have to basically start from scratch there. I know for some coaches that can be a little bit of a challenge. At the same time, it welcomes you to seeing what you have. How does it look, and what do you expect this year?
Yeah, losing Allison Johnston, or all-conference freshman, was definitely a blow in the spring. But you have to bounce back from those. We have 4 goalkeepers now who are all very competitive. They all have no fear. They're all really excited. They're playing against high quality strikers in practice right now. So they're going to come up against the same strikers that Messiah will have, that Hopkins will have in practice. So they're getting a lot of good reps. We've got 2 goalkeeper trainers that are working with them. So I'm excited for these 4 keepers. I'm excited to see which one will come out on top. And it's definitely a lot better than what I thought a couple of weeks ago.
Will it be a goalkeeper by committee at this point? Obviously, we're in the preseason, or will you go with one and see how it goes?
We will. When I start next week, it will be the one, and then we will see how that one goes, and we'll take it week to week on who's progressing.
Sure.
The fastest.
Before we let you go, some of the key players. Obviously, there's Jamie Matlock, who is one of the captains on this team and certainly one of the leaders last year. Other players that fans should kind of key on during a game.
Well, you're going to have the other captain, Mackenzie Calhoun, who will always stick in everybody's mind because she's our tall, strawberry blonde-haired center midfielder that will win everything. We also have very talented young player that's played defense in midfield, Ali Ondrajak. She really came on last year, was a first-team all-conference player. So we're deciding where to play her, either midfield or defense. She can play both. Megan Williams, who has been our assist leader for the last couple of seasons, she will really make an impact again. And then we have a very good transfer, Jordan Pareto, who came from New York, who will surprise some people as well on the field. So there's a lot of talent. I would say we have 20 very talented players right now that will compete for that starting 11 spot next week, and then from there, other players are going to step up as well.
Of course, before we let you go, got to find out the expectations. You mentioned you want to beat Messiah. Certainly, you want to win the conference championship. So I would deduce from that it's NCAA or bust.
Exactly. I'm going to throw it out there. That's what we got to do. This is, a university that wants national success, and we had that with the men's lacrosse team, and I want it for my team. We have came close. Last year we should have gotten at-large bids. No buts about it. That we should have got in there. We didn't. This year we got to make sure that there's no hesitancy with that we will get selected and we will make the tournament.
Well, good luck with the 2013 season. Graeme Millar, head coach for the women's soccer team here at Stevenson.